Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Vinyl Den, show for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Ian, and I figured I'd do a little quick video for you, another Thursday episode, maybe, whenever Nick wants to put it up, about I don't know. It's something that's I think it's talked about in the community a lot, but I really couldn't find much information on this outside of the website for it. But the Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs, they did the I guess this was just back in the 90s, perhaps. Again, I did look, but I couldn't find much information. Um, I know they release a lot of special editions and stuff, but I have a couple CDs here that my dad had bought years ago and gave to me. The first one is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, Mobile Fidelity, gold disc. It's actually 24 karat gold. I don't know if you can really see in the because it's reflective, but um, the disc is actually the metal part inside is actually pure gold plated. Um, it's I know they were used the original master recordings to put these to make these discs, but and I'm going to put it out there. I think this might be a good conversation piece for the Facebook group, maybe. Definitely, for comments here, of course. Obviously, Dark Side of the Moon, we've talked about it ad nauseum. Nick loves this album. It might be one of his favorite albums. Um, but I really want to talk about the mobile fidelity concept, and if it really does sound better than the traditional. It probably does sound better than the first CD pressings they put out. I don't know if pressing is the right word for it. Because I know the early days of CD, a lot of times they would just take the uh, the vinyl and then just transfer that over digitally onto the disc, and it didn't always sound really good. Early generation CDs maybe sounded better with the right sound system, but a lot of times it was the remastered editions of CDs that came out later that sounded a lot better, that were cleaned up and had just better quality sound. I know there's several that I had back in the day that were, when CDs were first coming out, that I mean, at the time, you didn't think much of it because it was the best you had. But then down the road, when you get a new copy that was, reissue or remaster or whatever, it would sound way better. Dark Side of the Moon, I never had it. This is the only copy I've ever owned now because, as I said, my dad gave it to me. Um, it's definitely what I want to put in. I don't want to play this in my car. I'm sure it'd be fine to do so, but this is when I'd rather play in a home CD player just to be safe because I don't want to get damaged or anything. Especially since I know Dark Side of the Moon for sure is a little pricey on Discogs if you want the gold disc version of it. So I definitely don't want to mess it up. Plus, it was a gift from my dad, so I want to keep it as pristine as possible. He also gave me. He has several of these. He only gave me two of them so far, but I should take these out of the box and show you in the box. Jethro Tull's Living in the Past. It's a 2 disc set. This one even came with a little booklet, so it's you know the complete set. Because when this was released, there were two separate versions of it on in 1972 when it was released. There was the U.S. pressing and then the British pressing. And there were some differences in the track listings. Well, this incorporates both versions into one set. Uh, but again, it's the gold disc, mobile fidelity. I think the albums had to go gold in order for them to do this special edition for them. Again, I don't know. So if anyone out there knows more about the Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs setup and what's the benefit of them relative to what any of the other releases were, that'd be nice to know. Because I know Mobile Fidelity is doing a lot of new vinyl pressings too. So this could be something that might help other people in the community who might not know about it, myself included, make decisions based on that in terms of collecting new vinyl pressings. They recently did an Aqualung. I'm assuming prepping for the 50th anniversary, which is next year. Well, it's actually in April. It's not that far off. And I'm not the reason I didn't buy it. It's a little pricey, but it's also I don't know if they can really do anything better than what Steve Wilson did with his remix and remastering for the 40th anniversary, because that's the best that album has ever sounded, in my opinion. No matter what media you're playing it on, it's the best that album has ever sounded. So I don't know if they could really improve on that, and I don't know if I want to really spend the money because I already have the full deluxe box set of that, the 40th anniversary. But if there's some, like I said, if any of you out there know where the real sound benefit is, if any, in the Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs um, editions and the CDs, let us know, because I'm not sure if Nick might know, but you know, I figured I'd do a video about it. Uh, little history, I guess, on this album. I know more about this album than I do on Dark Side of the Moon, other than what probably everybody knows. But Living in the Past is kind of a twofold. It's partly a compilation album and partly a new release studio album, I guess, in the sense that it has a lot of songs that were not on previous albums. They were either released singles or not released at all. Uh, but it's got a lot of older other songs from other releases, so it kind of plays a two-parter to kind of a greatest hits, kind of a new release. Some of the standout things for this they're really not standouts anymore, but at the time when it came out, was you get two live recordings from the Carnegie Hall show that was done in November of 1970. It was a benefit concert they did for a drug rehabilitation facility in New York City. Uh, Phoenix House, I think it was called. And it was a free show that, then they filled Carnegie Hall with it. But they recorded the whole show, and you can actually get the whole show on vinyl now. And before that, it was released in an edited form in their 25th anniversary box set. But up until that point, the only two recordings that had been released were the two that are on this set from 1972. So tracks were By Kind Permission and Dharma for One. By Kind Permission is actually, it's an instrumental mostly. I think it's all instrumental, but it's really just an edited out part from another song that, if like I said, if you have the full concert, By Kind Permission isn't really there. It's kind of there, but it's not there. But it runs 10 minutes long. It's pretty good. And Dharma for One, this is maybe the only version with lyrics, because the original studio version of Dharma for One did not have lyrics. It was an instrumental vehicle for a drum solo by Clive Bunker. The drum solo is still there in the live version, but there's actually lyrics to the song as well. The only place you're ever going to hear that is in this, and maybe I really don't know if it was any other live recordings of it other than that. But the Carnegie Hall show has the lyrics, and they're pretty cool. It's an interesting new take, and the music's slightly tweaked a little bit to incorporate those lyrics in the part. But again, it's also got the drum solo by Clive Bunker. I would say he's my favorite drummer in the band, but that's a toss-up because Barry Barlow, all you need to do is listen to Thick as a Brick, the little drum solo in Thick as a Brick, and makes you kind of question it. But Clive Bunker's a fantastic drummer. So the drum solo is really cool. But it's also got some outtakes that were recorded for the Aqualung sessions that didn't show up on the album, like Dr. Bogan Broom, Up the Pool, Alive and Well and Living In, which was actually on Benefit, but it was only on the British version of Benefit. It was not on the US version of Benefit. It was replaced by Teacher, I think. And I think whatever song, I think it was Teacher, but Teacher wouldn't have been on the British version, whatever one wasn't in there. Because, yeah, Teacher was released as a single in Britain. It wasn't on Benefit. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff on this, just as a little side review for that. Because I'm always going to review the Tull stuff, just like Nick will probably review all the Pink Floyd stuff. Ironically, I'm wearing my Pink Floyd shirt, too. So, but, yeah, and if any of you out there know what I should really be talking about, what is the benefit of the Mobile Fidelity original masters record editions of these albums? My dad swears they sound better, and he may be right. He's always been more of a stereo guy, so he's always had the kind of the top line high end stereo equipment where you can really kind of pull out the best quality of sound from whatever medium you're listening to. And I know he had both of these on their original, like, out um first run editions. Like I said, a lot of those early CDs just don't stand up well compared to what came later. And of course, the technology was young, makes perfect sense. However, um, I don't know. Let me know. Gold discs, yes, yay, nay. Like I said, this Dark Side of the Moon goes for quite a bit on Discogs. I mean, I want to say I saw it for like $80, $90, something like that. Maybe it was over 100. A couple of the tall ones, I don't know about this one, but a couple of the tall ones they're a little on the high end as well. And it's cool that they're gold discs. They're 24 karat gold plated. Interesting. But yeah, let me know what you think. I figured I'd throw that out there and just as a little quickie video, and you know, start some conversation on the Facebook group that Nick says I never go to, but I do a little bit. I'm not a very chatty person. You wouldn't know it from watching the video and listening to the shows. When I'm engaged, I can be very chatty, but just individually, I'm a very quiet person. And social media is not my forte. Nick will also attest to that. So if someone calls me out or says directly to me on the Facebook page or on our YouTube channel, I will comment. I will engage, but I kind of need that instigation to get going. Otherwise, it just doesn't happen. So, but this will be a good opportunity. I figured that too. If people watch this video and they want to talk to me directly, or you know, uh, tag me in their comment, I'm more likely to engage in the Facebook page and in the group, and then also on the YouTube channel. So yeah, check us out. Leave comments. Facebook group, it's going really good. A lot of people on there now. A lot of it's a growing community. A lot of people are on there. A lot of great people from the looks of it, showing off their collections, talking about their new stuff. It's really working out really good. So check that out. Thumbs up, notification bell, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, we'll talk to y'all later.